Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 3 of white-tailed deer hunting with wild game anglers. Earlier I went to my food plot and added a couple of bags of apples, and I noticed that there's a hunter on the neighbor's property that installed a stand, a pop-up tent on a stand. Alright, I made it back to my mock rub that I made. I'm going to put some deer urine on it. Buck expert. That hunter installing behind me, maybe he doesn't know I'm here, but my tent is well hidden. It is discouraging, and it's definitely that for rifle. I'm not going to keep this food plot. I put 2 bags of food now, of apples, but I think I'm either going to move further down the field or just go back in the woods. It's just this part of the forest, as you saw me walk in, there's always been a lot more deer activity. It's just recently, the deer activity has been only at night. During the week, I'd have some does come in during shooting light, but since yesterday, Saturday, maybe because he's arrived in his tent, the deer have been arriving like 10-15 minutes after shooting hour and leaving 10-15 minutes before shooting hour in the morning. I got company. I rattled, then I did a buck grunt. 5 minutes later I hear them clucking, looking around, then they came in. Not exactly what I was calling for. Good evening, folks. As you can see, it's very windy. Hope the sound turns out good. They're announcing a lot of rain tomorrow, 25 to 35 millimeters. It's going to be good for the land and the rivers around here, but I don't know how that's going to play out for my hunt. The combine is over there right now. He arrived like 5 minutes after shooting hour, so at least that was good for me. He's cutting all the corn in the field over there. So we'll see how that plays out also. And as for the evening, well, no deer. So we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. I'm gonna probably be staying until Wednesday. So weekdays, let's see how the hunt turns out. All right, guys, stay tuned. The combine, he cut all the corn, but he didn't do that field. So all the fields in front of me are done. So where that guy put his blind, he's gonna be well positioned now with the freshly cropped corn. So he's definitely in an advantage. So we'll see how that plays out for me. The guy's curtain is open. He might be there and he might see me. Yeah, if he's there, he's gonna see me arrive. cow on the other side of the fence. I'll lower the fence. Come on, Kill. You could go. I'll walk this way and see if I can scare him back in the field. There we go. He's going. Hey folks, so I'm doing my little end of evening talk in the barn because of the heavy rain outside. I just parked the four-wheeler. That was funny. Right when I arrived, there was a cow on the other side of the fence. So luckily I arrived to get him back into his with his friends. It was a rainy one today. Sometimes I think with the wind and the noise, the wet leaves, branches cracking, it gets my hopes high, and really anxious to see a deer, but I don't think I had any deer activity after all. I tried the Estrus Bleat. I know we're not in the rut at all, but sometimes with the pre-rut, some does, it's rare, but could happen that they're in heat, and I find I have nothing to lose. If I wouldn't have did any calling tonight, I wouldn't have seen anything anyways, but I was doing my calls at 1.5 hours each. I did my last at around 5:20 because I was trying to do them at like, let's say it was 11 a.m., then 12:30, then 2, 3:30, then at 5, but it was raining too hard, so at 5:20 when the rain died down a bit, because there was no point doing calls when the heavy rain because the rain is eliminating the sound. But the deer are probably not moving, staying still in the heavy rain like this. So another day in the books, and I got 2 days left, but I don't know Wednesday what I'll do. Wednesday it closes. We're Monday today, so tomorrow I'll probably do like today. I'll maybe sleep a bit in the morning, and then I'll do a full sit. And on Wednesday I want to prepare for my rifle season. And I know in my last video I said I was going to prepare in the field, but now with that hunter being so close to me, I think I just want to go into the bush a bit, a little further away from him, and get some peace of mind too. Alright guys, stay tuned. Back to where it all began. The old watch. So as you all can know, I'm going to be coming back in the woods this year. I just got to make sure it's still safe. The wood is getting old on it. I brought a bit of wood if I have to do some reparations. I'm going to go up there, see how safe it is. I brought some pine branches that I found around the house. Those posts are soft. A little wobbly. That's just the posts. They're getting old. But I added a 2x4 underneath these two here. If you can see right there. And I nailed them in. It's getting old. The watch needs love. I just didn't think I was going to be hunting in it this year, and I didn't give it any love. But it's going to be okay for one more season, and then next year in the spring, what I want to do is build a new watch completely, a little further down, right in the middle of the bush. Because I find I'm too close to one hunter here, and in the field I'm closer to the other. So if I just move myself in the middle, I think it would be for my advantage. And within the next couple of weeks, I have to go to the shooting range, shoot my gun, make sure it shoots bullseye at 200 feet. And I'm set to go for rifle season. Alright guys, so now I gotta head back home, get changed, and go into the field for the rest of the day over there. Hopefully, all this ruckus here, all this noise, the deer are gonna want to snoop, and maybe I'll see a deer tonight. No deer activity on my camera during shooting light. A couple of does arrived at 10:30 p.m. last night and stayed up until around 4:10 in the morning. They were eating the apples. And nothing in my mock scrape lately, so it would be nice to see a bit of activity during the day. I am allowed to shoot a doe during crossbow season, but I don't want one. That's not what I want. I'd rather wait till rifle than to harvest a doe. All week last week there's been a 5-point buck. We're not allowed to harvest any 4 points and under, but we're allowed to harvest a 5-point. That's the rules here in the province of Quebec, in the zone I'm in. Not all the province, but the zone 6 north. And at first, I was thinking of maybe trying to get a bigger buck. But the last big buck activity I saw was on September 26th. So if I see that 5-point, if he does come out during shooting hour, it's going to be a big decision to take, but being that I've been deerless for the last 3 years before this hunt, just to regain some confidence, I might take him.
Good morning, guys. So this is the last day for crossbow season, and there was no deer that came over the night last night, and I'm just gonna pack up now. I did 8 days already and I didn't see one deer, and over the last more than let's say 36 hours, no deer showed up on the spy cam, and with that hunter behind me, I find it just broke my legs for now. But I'll be back during rifle season. Later, actually, I'm going to the shooting range, so I'm going to get my gun calibrated, make sure it's good for the 210 feet distance. One last look at the spot. It was the first time I set up here. I like the setup, I like the area in the bush. It was nice to connect with nature. It was nice to see those turkeys. A turkey came in right through here, and their babies came there. And they walked in front of me. By the time I turned on the cameras, they were already over there. But I mean, just the fact that I don't move and I get to enjoy the nature like that. The blue jays. Of course, I would have liked to see deer, but rifle season. Oh, and another thing I wanted to tell you guys is yesterday, while I'm in my tent over here, and my apples on my spy point, I got a notification when I got home that there was a doe eating my apples at 5:35 p.m. So while I'm here sitting in the tent, I had a doe check out my apples, and I just put them there yesterday. So that's good news. The spot over there might be more promising after all. So I'll be leaving the camera here to keep an eye on, but I'll be back in 2 weeks for rifle season. So for all of you so far, thank you very much for tagging along and for your encouragement, and hopefully when rifle season starts, I get my deer. Take care, guys.